We'll do this, we'll do that. But what have you actually done for your own? You know, if there was a Nobel Prize in spreading rhetorics, these two will be a unanimous choice of the world. Meet Asir Munir, Chief of Staff of Pakistani Army, and Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, the former Foreign Minister of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. He is as important in Pakistan as logic is for US President Donald Trump nowadays. There is no power for your people. Your international debt is constantly rising. Because of your ill geopolitical moves, common Pakistani is paying around 264 Pakistani rupee for a litre of petrol. And of course, the political instability came with your existence. But still you go around the globe and threaten India with war. This is what these two top Pakistani leaders do in front of the world, warmongering. And behind closed doors, they beg India for water. I think even India's foreign ministry would be losing the count of letters Pakistani government has written on Indus Waters Treaty. Munir and Bhutto have become a symbol of hypocrisy. These men storm global platforms, threatening India with war and brandishing the specter of nuclear annihilation. Munir's warning from the United States that Pakistan would hesitate to take half of the world down if forced, and Bhutto's chest-thumping promise to reclaim 6 rivers if war breaks out, shows a regime eager to project power and defiance. Yet beneath this bluster lies a far more desperate reality. Behind locked doors, Pakistani officials are pleading to India to resume the Indus Waters Treaty, which India placed in abeyance after the horrific April 2025 Pahalgam terror attack, an atrocity conclusively traced to Pakistani-backed terrorists. Pakistan Water Resources Ministry has penned letter after letter to New Delhi, begging for mercy and urging restoration of water rights so that drought-stricken Pakistani farmers might have something to irrigate their fields with. This contradiction not only exposes the bankruptcy of Pakistan's leadership, but the staggering price its citizens pay for a government that prioritizes terror over welfare. In fact, India's response suspending a decades-old lifeline was not arbitrary. The decision came after mounting evidence that Pakistan's intelligence agencies and military directly supported the cross-border terrorist operation in Pahalgam. Not only that, they weaponized violence to further staggering goals. India recalibrating its strategy explicitly linked water policy and security, declaring water and blood cannot flow together. For the first time since 1960, the Indus Waters Treaty, an agreement lauded for withstand wars, diplomatic breakdowns, flattered, signaling a geopolitical watershed. The Pakistani people are now trapped by the sins of their own government. While the ruling elite siphoned resources for terror organization and military adventures, millions of ordinary Pakistani face deepening hardship, water shortage, crop failure, and economic decay. The funds for jihadist training camps and terror operations seem to be running seamlessly, yet Islamabad claims poverty at home, failing to invest in infrastructure, poverty relief, or water management. Despite international pleas, even the World Bank has refused to intervene, recognizing India's legitimate security concern and Pakistan's long record of broken promises. The Pakistani regime's attempt to paint itself as a victim, calling foul over barbaric Indian oppression, ring hollow when every diplomatic step taken is beiled by backdoor appeal for water and overt aggression on the world stage. Pakistan rulers want the world to see a nation ready for war, its leader unbowed. In reality, they preside over a country's thirst for water, international credibility, and even for peace. India's suspension of Indus Waters Treaty is a strategic warning, a refusal to reward bloodshed with resources, and a demand that Pakistan choose between state-sponsored terror and the well-being of its own people. Until that choice is made, Pakistan cries for water will go unheard, drowned out by its own war drums. And the real casualty in this conflict is the ordinary Pakistani, forced to pay with dry fields, dimming hope, and a cruel calculus of a government bent on perpetuating its own survival at the expense of its citizens.